Good morning. Welcome to the Morning Muse with Ginger Hopper. How are you all today? It's such a nice day. It's brisk and cold, and I don't know, there's just something about today. I think it's since it's the first really bitter, chilled day that it's invigorating. Anyway, how are you all doing? Yesterday, if you were on live, then you know that the spirit had led me someplace else yesterday. I don't know who needed to hear it, but I hope you enjoyed it. Today, we are going to go back and we are going to talk about what I had originally planned for yesterday, and that is what is your word? So each year, people do this whole New Year's resolution thing. 98, I think it's n I have probably have my numbers wrong, but it's like 98% of people all make a New Year's resolution fail within the first week and give up on it. Now, why would you make a resolution that is it just because it's like the thing to do? "Oh, it's a New Year's resolution. I'm gonna do this." Let's think about that for a minute. Like, what make your goal something that you are really going to do. Like if you say you're going to go to the gym and the second comes around, you go, well, I said that yesterday. It's already the second. It's not going to matter if I wait till the third to go. You've already given up. Okay. If you want to go to the gym and you just really like, oh, I know I said I was going to go to the gym. I don't know what to do. Just get in your car and drive past the gym the first day. Okay. The next day, park in the parking lot, have a cup of coffee. Third day, go in and check the place out. You get what I'm saying here? Just make it a pattern. Start somewhere. Just do the little things that will kind of get you to doing what it is that you set out to do to begin with. But what I want to talk about is your word. What is your word for the year? So people have words like they're going to be fearless this year. They're not going to live in fear anymore. They're going to do that thing. Some people's words were, I'm trying to think of some of the words that I've heard because I've had many calls about this from my mentors and things. Um, but your word could be something like faith. You want to start really diving hard into your faith. Your word could be growth. You want to grow from the place you're at. Okay, I'm going to tell you my word. It sounds very selfish, but bear with me. My word, there's different forms of my word. Okay, my word is mine. And the reason why that is my word is because this year is mine. This year, I'm going to accomplish the accomplishments that I have set out to do my entire life. I am going to be successful in what I choose to do. Uh, so when I did my book and they told me my release date, I said, "Okay, well, can they order the books before then? This, that, and the other thing." And they said, "You can change your release date so it's available for Christmas." And I said, "Well, let me think about that for a minute." And after thinking about it, I said, "No, I want my release date to be the beginning of January. Didn't want it on the first because it's a new year, it's a holiday. I did not want it on the second because that's like the transition, the tired day, whatever. I wanted it on the third. So I kept it on the third. And the reason why is because you have all this hype for New Year's. And once New Year is over, by around the third, it's still the new year. But that's when actually the new year actually begins because people are, done with their parties or their get-togethers or their dinners or whatever it is they do. And the 3rd to in my mind actually starts the new year. That's when people are going back to work. That's when people are getting their life back together. That's when decorations come down if they're not already. So I decided to go ahead and keep the 3rd. And I thought to myself, the reason I want it on that day is because I want 2022 to be my year. It's going to be mine. And so, what better day to release the book than to be on the year that is going to be mine? So, this isn't about me though. What I want to know in the comments is what is your word? And maybe you're going to need some time to think about what your word should be. Because you really need to think deep down. Instead of doing a New Year's resolution this year, have a word that is going to reflect. So when I, if I look at you, say your name is Anne. I don't think we have any Anns on here. That's why I picked that. When Anne picks her word, if it's fearless or courageous or faith or whatever it is, I want to be able to a couple months into the year look at Anne and say, "Wow, Anne is really being fearless this year. Wow, Anne is really being faithful in the word this year." And that way I can look at her and say, "And you're really being XYZ. Good job. Keep going. That's amazing." And help lift her to make her word more intense. So, whatever your word is, should be a word by, in a couple months, 6 months even, that people look at you and go, wow, that person is really, and use that word. So, what is it you want to be? What do you want to be recognized for? And so then I go back to my word and go, mine. That really sounds selfish. But no. And I know people aren't going to look at me and go, oh, she's really mine. 'Cause that's not how that word works. But they can look at me and go, wow, this is really her year. She's doing all the things this year. So, what is your word? I mean, if you have a word already, put it in the comments. If you don't have a word or you have something that, oh, this might be my word, put them in the comments. Let's make this a discussion. What is it you want to do? What is it you want to be? How do you want to feel this year? Do you want to feel successful? Do you want to feel peaceful? Do you want to feel calm? Do you want to feel inspired? What is it? A New Year's resolution has become a habit. My New Year's resolution is I'm going to go to the gym every day. Well, I would be the person that would just drive to the parking lot and leave every day because that's not something, as much as I want to lose weight and as much as I want to exercise and as much as I need to do these things for my health, I can tell you in all 100% honesty, I'm not going to do it. Why am I not going to do it? Because as much as I want it, it's not a desire that is so deep in me that I need to do it. And that's why I would fail at it. So why would I pick something that I'm going to fail at? Instead, I am going to pick something that I know I can be successful at. And let me tell you, when I picked the word mine, even though it kind of felt selfish, I thought, no, it's not selfish. Because my whole life, I have done things to prove that I can be successful. And I've done things to prove to myself that I can accomplish it. But I never picked what I wanted to do to be successful at. I picked whatever came along. So this year, I am going to be successful. This year, I'm going to sell 1 million copies of my book. That is the goal. What I know that I am going to accomplish is selling 100,000 copies of my book. That is what I'm going to do. Come heck or high water. I will be at the stores. I will be knocking on doors. I will do because that is mine. It's my creation. It's my passion. It's my love. And I can't just leave it on Barnes and Noble and Amazon and expect, okay, let's see what happens. I met a guy. I had taken my mom last time I was in town, or one of the last few times I was in town. I took her to help her get a phone. And somehow or another, it came up that I was becoming an author and that I was having a book published. And the guy at the phone store, he said, "Oh, I'm an author." I said, "Oh, you are?" He goes, "Yeah, it's not all it's cracked up to be. I've written 3 books, 2 novels, and something else." And I said, "Oh, that's wonderful. What are they about?" He says, "Well, it doesn't matter. They don't sell." He said, "You see where I'm working. I'm still working. Authors don't make money." And I thought about that and I felt so bad and I wanted to say something to him at the time, but I had no idea what to say at the time. But if I ever had the opportunity, I would go back and I would tell him, the reason why your book didn't sell is because you did not sell it. You can't put a book on the shelf and expect everybody to know about it. If it is your passion to write, then write, but don't waste the money getting it published. If your passion is to get that information to people, like if it's something, if I wrote the dictionary and people didn't know what words meant, I would be pounding on doors trying to get this dictionary out to people so they could learn definitions, right? Okay, well, my book is about sportsmanship. It's about teaching children our most precious commodity. They're not a commodity, but you understand what I'm saying. It's teaching a lesson that I watched my son go through. And I watched his team. It was a baseball team. I watched his baseball team hold their dignity and have good sportsmanship and continue smiling and playing with having fun and not letting that other team beat them down. That to me is important that children learn this and that it gets out into their hands. Now, maybe when they read it, they'll just be like, oh, yeah, good book. Ugh, or maybe it's stinky book. I don't know. But maybe there'll be that handful of kids that go, wow, I need to be a good sport no matter what. Those are the kids I'm trying to get to. And that's why this is going to be my year because I have a passion. I have something that I want the world to have. So it's going to be my year to inspire other people. It's going to be my year to show other people that I come to them with love. It's going to be my year to lift others up and love them. So it's not a selfish word. It is a word of service. It is my year to give back. And I will be successful at it. And how do I know for a fact I'm going to be successful at it? Because I do love you. I do care. It is coming from the deepest depths of my soul. I want to be successful, helping you be successful. And that doesn't mean you have to be a number one bestseller author. It doesn't mean you have to be the CEO of your company. It doesn't mean you have to be on top to be the best. It means you have to do things from your heart and care genuinely. So I ask again, what is your word? What is your word? I pray that you put this in the comments so I can encourage you and lift you and love you and pour into you because we can do all things through Christ. And I've got Christ in my heart, and I am going to love you like he loves me. Let me be your encourager. In the description of this video, I put in my webpage. It's withgingerhopper.com. Go over there. You don't have to sign up for it. There's nothing actually to sign up for yet, except for to be on my email and it's basically my funnel. It's just my email. I'm not asking to send you all this garbage and email. I'm asking you to go over there, fill out the information, reach out to me, tell me your word. Let me encourage you throughout the year. I love you all so much. I will talk to you tomorrow morning, 9:30 Central Time, right here on the Morning Muse. I love you all.